Welcome, everyone. And then it's time for another fantasy draft. And we're kind of flip-flopping back and forth. This one is going to be music focused, and we are drafting cover songs, whether they're good. There's a lot of variables to what this may contain, but it's going to be a fun one, and we got some great people to do it. We'll start up on my top left screen. We have please correct me if I say your name wrong, Abby Gobelli.
Gobelli, but that's
Gobelli,
okay.
I'm sorry. Does that happen a lot?
Don't worry. It happens all the time.
Okay.
You don't need to get it right. It happens.
Yeah. Abby does social media for Sub Pop. You DJ at KXP. You do many things.
Yes. Jill of all trades.
Yes. Awesome. I also have in my bottom left screen, I have Ryan, aka you may know him as Plato the Third, rapper, hip hop artist on Polyvinyl Records. He just dropped a new album a few months ago.
That's right.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me, Matt.
Yeah. And lastly, I have Tom Mullen, who you may know as Washed Up Emo. Are there any other titles you'd like to add to that?
That's it for this one. I did. Abby, how long have you been doing social at Sub Pop?
2 years now.
Okay, because I found some parking lot footage of Nirvana, and MTV took it down, and I was dealing with the Sub Pop socials.
Oh, really?
It was. I'll tell you after. It's very funny, but Sub Pop was so cool. They like helped me. But it's I found this unseen footage of one of their show after they broke.
Ooh.
And we love that.
It's very cool. But MTV took it down. I had a lawyer call me. It was very funny.
Oh my God.
So that wasn't you.
Yeah, I was like, we wouldn't do that. We'd be like, that's really cool.
Yes, please share it.
Other than I guess Washed Up Emo, anthology of emo book series that I've done, and DJ'd for 10 years doing emo nights before the boom.
Yes.
Before the word becomes ruined. But yes, all things emo, and excited to do this, and love NBA basketball and all basketball. So excited to do this.
Yeah. Abby, are you a basketball fan at all?
So I'm becoming one, I swear. Like, my partner's a huge Atlanta Hawks fan.
Okay.
And like, now I know everything about Dominique Wilkins, but he's like, you have to pick a team. Because his best friend is opening a basketball bar. I'm currently in Vancouver, BC. And he's like, Abby, you have to pick a team. And I'm like, I gotta fit in. But Minnesota Timberwolves, I mean, Minneapolis is like my second home. So I picked that because I've seen them play, but it was during a different time.
Yeah.
If you want to wait, to be really doing well now.
Yeah.
So I'm like, time to jump in.
if you're hesitant, you could maybe wait, and I think in a few years Seattle might get a team back. Who knows? Okay,
yeah, that's like the saddest thing right now. Every time you mention like basketball in Seattle, they're like, bring back the Sonics.
I know, right?
There's so many murals.
It's unjust.
The documentary is amazing too that they did. How long ago was that documentary? 10 years
I don't know.
ago?
It's I haven't actually seen it.
It's I think it's Save the Sonics or something like that. But
yeah, it's a prereq before you come to Seattle. Like they make you watch that.
Jamal Crawford is the ambassador.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Sean Kemp.
I think they're gonna announce that Seattle's getting their team back.
Yeah, it's been rumored.
It's a rumor for sure. Las Vegas and Seattle. Yeah.
It better happen.
That
Otherwise,
would be awesome.
People would riot.
Cool. So as I mentioned, today we're doing a fantasy draft. This is a music side of the episode. And we are doing a draft for cover songs. There are many options. Some maybe you didn't realize were even covers. That happens a lot. But just some ground rules before we get into it. Just try not to like name drop a pick that hasn't been picked yet. If you're gonna like explain your reason, you don't want to spoil anyone else's pick. So if you're gonna say, well, I was gonna do this, but instead I did this, let's leave it out. Just like leave the tension, and try not to spoil anyone else's pick. But that's generally it. We're gonna have 4 rounds, and we're gonna have a serpentine draft, so back and forth. So once your pick is made, it's going to go off the board. No one else can pick it. And you're going to hope that your 4 picks are the best lineup of cover songs. And, leading up to this, Tom had a great idea. We'll make this a playlist at the end.
Hey,
Yes, I love it.
Lovely.
There we go.
Yes. So to decide the draft order, I have a
Wait,
little
Matt, one
question.
more thing. I'm dying.
Yes.
I don't know anybody else's NBA team. Ryan?
Yes.
So I'm a Sixers fan. I grew up in Texas, but we were like 3 hours away from either of the big cities. So I
Yeah.
felt I had the liberty to choose from wherever. And I happened to see Iverson play. It was one of my early basketball memories. And so it was easy into the game, and just kind of fell in love and stayed
Mhm.
loyal. We had some tough years, but I trusted the process, and we're doing better now.
It's looking good for the Sixers.
Yeah, looking real good. I won't go into too much nerdy
Yeah.
stuff, but yeah.
Tom, how about you?
The Boston Celtics.
Okay.
Oh,
Ooh, really?
Point of contention
just
to
kidding.
many, clearly.
Yeah,
could
no. Growing up in Vermont, my one Christmas gift was driving to the Boston Garden. We'd buy tickets outside from a scalper, and I'd walk in and like crazy, seeing that. And then growing up in Vermont, there is no NBA team, so you'd follow the Catamounts, the Vermont Catamounts. So fun enough. Got to see a lot of players like Reggie Lewis play at Northeastern, and then end up playing for the Celtics. But fun, Ryan, dude, I saw Iverson in college.
Whoa.
Georgetown.
Playing against Providence, where my sister went, and I was sitting in the students crew, and all I remember is everyone yelling at Austin Crozier. Do you guys remember him?
Yes.
Pacers.
Everyone was yelling at Austin Crozier that maybe if you didn't drink as much last night, you would have a shot.
Oh,
It was so much fun, and Iverson, you just saw it. You were like, this
Yeah.
guy's gonna rule. So that's awesome. Sixers Celtics, we're gonna battle again. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And
I
I'm
don't
a
know.
Bulls
I've been.
fan. Oh, go
Yes.
ahead, Evie.
I was
Saw the
like,
hat.
oh, classic. I'm like, I keep getting told that Trey Young is gonna beat the Celtics and like crush everybody. That's what I've been told by
Interesting.
people.
That's interesting.
Let those Atlanta people to relax, and they need to find another hobby, because that's
Well,
he's
I
good.
mean,
DeJounte Murray,
he's-
that's a nice addition. I'm not gonna lie.
He's good, but also I
great.
really love the classic Chicago Bulls. I mean,
Yes, that's
I-
that's my team. I'm a Chicago boy. As a Bulls fan, I'm gonna be hanging out on like the play-in tournament, and
Yeah.
like because everyone got better except the Bulls. Like Cleveland got amazing, obviously. Both your teams are obviously at the top. So I don't know. Yeah.
You had some injuries last year, though. You got better.
But it's carrying
you know.
over because Lonzo's still hurt, and
He's
they don't know
Okay.
anything. They don't know what's going on with him.
That's tough. Yeah, you need all those guys. Caruso.
We'll see, man. I'm fingers crossed, but I don't have my hopes high. But anyways, to determine this draft order,
Sorry, Matt. I'm sorry to interrupt. Now I feel a lot better. I feel more relaxed because I know everyone's sort of
Yes.
like, I'm not going to make fun of Philadelphia now.
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
I just need to know these.
you know what's funny is I feel like you can probably actually still make fun of Philadelphia because he's not even from there. So
No, of course. I'm just
But he
saying,
knows it hurts. He's a gentleman. Yeah.
that's what I mean. I have it in my canon. if I use
sure.
I was thinking that the other way around. Now I know I should make fun of the Celtics, but that's
People
the
like to,
rivalry.
so
Well, if
Yeah,
anyone
it's a
counts
thing.
17, let me know.
So to determine the draft order, there's a little trivia question. You guys are all going to give your answer. It's honestly, it's going to be a shot in the dark. Probably I do a different one every time. But here's the question: the closest one gets to determine the draft order.
Do we raise our hand or?
I'm going to go in the order I introduced everyone.
Okay.
So the question is, how many plays does Round Ball Rock by John Tesh have on Spotify? And Abby's going to go first.
Say that again.
How many plays on Spotify does Round Ball Rock by John Tesh have? The NBA theme song.
Oh my gosh. Jeez.
I will, before you guess, I will preface, there is no official version. It's just a live version. That's the only thing that's on
okay.
there.
I was about to ask him like, which
Well, you
version
can't-
of this?
No, you can't contain that in a studio. Of course it's live.
No, it's
Yeah.
pure magic.
Obvious.
Perfect. I'm gonna say 10 million streams.
Okay. And Ryan?
Okay. Yeah, this is more like the Price is Right.
It is Price is Right.
Yeah. So 9,999,000. Yeah.
I think you got it backwards.
Oh,
I'm like, I think it's the other way.
oops. I don't know. That's my guess.
Tom, what do you guess?
3.5.
How much? What'd you say?
3.5 mil.
You guys are all way off. But I guess you were closest. Only 374,000.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it official?
No one
Is
wants
it
to
official?
soundtrack.
It's from
Their
John
lives.
Tesh's like artist page. It's the only one on there.
Maybe he needs to pin it to his profile.
Yeah.
Yeah, or
shocking.
just be like, play this wherever you go and soundtrack your life to this theme. Like, come on.
But it's still in his top plays. So John Tesh is just not getting the plays on Spotify.
Well, I'll use my social media skills.
Yes. Sign John Tesh to Sub Pop.
Yep, and be like, here, this is how you use
We
TikTok.
can rebrand
and we'll do it.
All right. So Tom, that means you were closest, even if off by a couple million. That means you get to decide
Story
the
of my
order.
life.
So keep in mind it is Serpentine. So fourth pick will get to go twice, and then you kind of go up and down.
Math was the last class I took. So explain that again. So if what's the advantage of picking people thinking that like because Ryan likes Philly, he doesn't have a good pick? Like what is this?
Well, typically in fantasy drafts, it's more this draft in particular, you're not really fighting for picks. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of songs. I'll be surprised if any of us have much overlap. There might be three that get taken off the board, but typically this is done so that you have an advantage. Like, oh, I want to get fourth pick in the first round and first pick in the second round, so I get to go back to back and get some good top tier ones.
Got it. Okay. So I pick the order of everyone,
Correct.
including myself.
And yes, and including me.
Yes, everybody.
Yes.
Let's go alphabetical then.
Okay.
AMRT. So Abby, Matt, Ryan, and Tom.
So we're going
Okay.
Fourth and last and okay.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
So that means with the first pick is Abby, the first pick of the Indie Basketball Fantasy Draft. You're on the clock.
Oh man. Okay. I'm gonna pick this cover of Led Zeppelin's Immigrant Song featuring Karen O of the Yeah Yeah Yeahs
Ooh.
and Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross. It is
Ooh.
phenomenal.
That was for a movie, right?
Yeah, the girl with the dragon tattoo.
That's right. That is amazing. That is a very good one.
Oh yeah.
I did not even think about, when I was making my list, I didn't even think about songs made for movies.
Oh
because
yeah.
that is a huge subgenre for sure.
Definitely. Yeah, that's where I dove in first. I was like, oh, where do I go? There.
Mhm. Awesome. That is a very good one. Trent Reznor and who said was on that as well?
And Atticus Ross and Karen
yeah.
O.
Karen O, that's right. That's hell of a combination.
Yeah.
She had another one for Where the Wild Things Are. I can't remember, but another good cover.
Oh,
I haven't
yeah.
seen the girl with the dragon tattoo.
Yeah.
But I have seen Where the Wild Things Are, which that soundtrack is great.
Yeah. It's very
Hideaway.
reminiscent of childhood.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Good pick.
All right. Second pick in the first round is going to go to me. And I am, of course, when I made my list, I made more than I would ever need. So it's going to make me agonizing over every pick, all the more difficult. My first pick, I'm going to go with a performance by Jeff Buckley, but it's not the one that you would think. I'm going with Lilac Wine off of his album Grace, which is a cover of many people, originally written by James Shelton in 1950, but it was made popular by Nina Simone and Eartha Kitt. And I love, that's one example of a cover that kind of stands alone as its own. Doesn't really borrow it off the original track as much. And it's, to me, it's like the best version of it. I love that song. I love that album entirely.
That
one of
album's
my-
perfect.
It's a desert island album for me for sure.
That's a good one. Matt, well, one day I'll tell you the story about working with Jeff Buckley's team. On a
Yes, that sounds incredible.
Whoa.
He's his knowledge of music and what he had in his collection was insane. Like he had Fugazi, he had Coltrane. It was pretty rad. He was very he had records, which was cool.
That's awesome.
So hence covers.
Yeah, absolutely.
I had no idea. I love that album. I had no idea Lilac Wine was a cover. I know he did another Nina Simone cover, Be Your Husband, which I have sampled before.
Nice.
And yeah, he's great. That one was live though. But yeah, I have to hear the original Lilac Wine.
And that leads us to you. And you use plenty of samples. So you're kind of you're well adverse to the cover game already. It's like using samples, I guess, is a cover adjacent for sure.
Yeah, there's a slight difference. I feel like the best samples pay homage in a way, whereas I feel like the best covers completely make them their own, and you don't really hear too much of the original. In that respect, I think I'm gonna go D'Angelo, Feel Like Making Love. I for the longest time didn't know this was a cover, but it's Roberta Flack, and yeah, I can't imagine not hearing this song. I associate this song with like BET and 106 in Park the way that I associate NSYNC and Backstreet Boys and Britney Spears with TRL and MTV. I feel like whether it's true or not, that was like the first BET video I ever saw, and I just remember my mom getting like hot and sweaty and me being too young to fully understand what was happening. But I figured out. And the song is great with video aside.
And Voodoo is like one of my all-timers. Like, that record.
that whole era, that like Soulquarians with Jay Dilla and the Roots is I don't know, the way they got like bass and low end to sound. Those are some of my favorite albums. Mama's Gun and like Water for Chocolate. That's like my stuff.
When I do these drafts, I love when people give their kind of emotional stories about like the memory of the song, and it's always so cool to hear everyone's personal connection to a song.
Yeah, covers. Yeah, music always does that, but for some reason I feel like covers, especially, whether it's because they're associated with movies or just the history.
For sure. So the last pick of the first round is going to go to Tom.
Really surprised you guys didn't pick the one I thought everyone was going to pick, so I'm going to save that. I'm not supposed to do that. Shit.
Well, you didn't say what it was, so that's fine.
True. Okay, good. Ben Gibbard doing Filler by Minor Threat.
There's a few Ben Gibbards. Because
Ben is so down. Played Michigan Fast in the 90s with Death Cab. He was in it. And I just love that he kind of threw this out there for maybe some fans that didn't know. And for me, Minor Threat, Fugazi and that whole world, like my ethos, everything's based on those people. So it was cool that someone larger covered it, and it's a great version.
There's a lot of fun covers where they really kind of subvert your expectations because it's such a out of left field genre switch. And that always makes it for such an interesting sound. Yeah, that's a great example of that.
I've never heard that song, and now I
haven't actually heard that one either.
Honestly, are you fucking joking?
I feel so ashamed because
I have other Ben Gibbards on my list, but not that one.
I know the Postal Service one. But...
Yeah, same.
He didn't release it, and I remember ripping it off of a performance and then sharing it on Washed Up Emo, and then I think like 6 months later they released it officially or something.
Yeah,
because people were so pumped on it.
Wow. That's awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah, I need to scrub for that one.
It'll be on the playlist.
It will be on if it's on Spotify, it'll be on the playlist. So
also quick Ben Gibbard aside. When I first moved to Seattle, my second day of work at Sonic Boom Records, Ben Gibbard came in, and I like didn't know what to do. I thought he was my friend Alex, and I yelled at him. I'm like, Alex, and then he looked at me and he's like, what? And I'm like, oh crap. That's Ben Gibbard. And then he was very nice, and he said, oh, are you new here? Welcome to Seattle. And it felt like the best, like welcoming, like, oh,
Ben Gibbard saying welcome to Seattle is just chef kiss.
Right? I know. I was like, I made the right move. This impulse move was correct.
Solid.
That's
Right.
amazing.
Good sign.
All right, so second round starts. You're going back to back, Tom. Give us another
Fuck
one.
yeah, I am. Guys, Johnny Cash hurt. Nine Inch Nails. Let's just get out the fucking El
Mhm.
Clasico out of the way. It's emotional. It is an amazing, absolute cover, and I know it would, if we were on MTV, someone would pick this, but I still think it's a worthy addition to a cover, and took on a life of its own.
I mean, yeah, no shade to Nine Inch Nails, but that it is a song better than the original. I think it provides a whole new level of emotion.
Absolutely. And I got to ask his son about this song. I worked with John's son for some stuff, and it was really cool. We did a Reddit AMA, and I had to like type all this shit out. So it was very cool. Like I was trying to be like not shaking while I'm typing while he's telling these stories, but it was just cool, his sort of take on it, and times past. And anyway,
Wow.
Very, very, very emotional song, and worthy of our list.
You know what's funny is you mentioned MTV. I feel like I remember like a music video premiere on MTV for this.
Probably.
Like, yeah, because I mean, he died not much longer after this came out, right?
The video's great too. The video is haunting. Isn't it like a barn?
Yeah, he's just walking around it.
Or like sitting in a chair. Yeah.
Or sitting.
They probably charge like $100,000 for it.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah.
I don't remember the video.
Song.
I just remember it being just like the saddest thing. Because was that the last song he put out? Like right before he died?
Close to. I mean,
yeah?
It was at the very end for sure.
Yeah.
I want to say within a year or so.
That's a really good question. And now I just want to look it up, but I'm going to.
I know. I was just like, sorry.
You're fine.
All right. Let's move on to the next pick. And we're back to Ryan. You got another one?
I had heard on my big board. That's the first
Abby.
one somebody's taken.
Isn't Abby after me?
No, because we're going backwards.
Oh, you guys go backwards.
Gotcha.
So since you went twice in a row, now we're going the other direction.
I see.
Okay. Hopefully I don't take Abby's here. I'll feel bad. I'm confident that won't happen. So I'm gonna go with Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Cyndi Lauper. I'm thinking Sync Money. Okay, I'm trying to build a team. I'm trying to get people in the seats. This is like picking LaMelo Ball. You know what I mean? But I had no idea this was a cover. Robert Hazard. I think it deserves a pick for how much greater it is than the original version.
Yeah.
That one is just power pop and just not really good. But yeah, I can't imagine my life without Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
That
I
one
hear it all the time.
It's on a lot of lists of songs you didn't know were covers.
Yeah, and it's really well written. There's this line I always liked. Some guys take a beautiful girl, hide her away from everyone, but I want to be the one who walks in the sun. You know, girls just want to have fun. You know, very ahead of its time in the feminism movement. So I'm gonna take that one off the board.
All right. It's funny too. As soon as you said that, I hear the instrumentation in my head.
I want my roster. I want a song you can party to. I want some baby making music. I'm just trying to fill out a well-balanced roster.
Exactly. You got to have a team that's kind of diversified. You know, you got to have different strengths.
There you go.
Because in the end, I'm gonna put this as a chart on Twitter, and people are gonna vote who had the best four. So we'll see who actually wins this one. You know.
I didn't know a winner would be crowned.
Let Twitter decide?
Oh,
I'm going to Twitter decide.
Oh, great.
Womp womp.
Well, that's Abby's. That's that's her playground. She's got
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it is.
We're the neutral.
We're gonna see my username and just shit on it. Yeah. All right. Let's go.
All right. So I'm next again in the second round. I'm debating. Oh, there's so many good ones. I'm gonna go with so there's a lot of acoustic covers of songs that were not acoustic. There's a lot of singer-songwriters that do this, and they do it a lot. For this one in particular, I'm gonna pick Teardrop by Jose Gonzalez. which is a cover of a amazing Massive Attack song.
I've
I
seen
like
him
the
perform.
original.
I
Oh,
like them both. That's a tough one. They're very different. Very different.
Yeah, good.
I've seen
But I
Jose
like them both.
perform that live, and I just cried.
Yeah.
Teardrops were formed. Correct.
Yes. And he's definitely done a few covers, so I definitely have others on my list. But for me, it's not wise to draft multiple of the same artist. That's just, come on, that's taboo. It's like, honestly, Tom, I think you make a good amount of playlists, right?
Yes. Oh shit.
How do you feel about repeating an artist in a playlist?
DJing for so long, it's really fun to find a moment where it comes back, where it's unexpected. So that's when I like to do it. If it's another artist, and it sometimes is a cover, we would do Jimmy Eat World's cover of oh shit, we can't mention it.
Yes.
We're not
Stop
yet.
right there.
See, I'm learning.
Yes.
I'm learning, Matt.
Tiptoeing.
Abby, what about you? Do you feel the same way?
Oh, I mean, if it makes sense, if it's a hit, do it back to back. I mean, why not? Especially if
Right.
you're DJing like in a club or something, like everyone will lose it. Like,
Mhm.
why not?
Amazing. Yes.
I
All
think
right,
it's
so
an
that's-
unwritten rule of this draft, though, for sure.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah,
doesn't
I-
apply
I am-
here.
Yeah.
I am personally not going to do that.
Right.
Unless,
Same.
you know, if you think there's a better Jose Gonzalez song that you think would you know, put you over, feel free, but that's a risky move, you know?
That's the
All right.
one.
So final pick of round 2 goes back to Abby.
Okay, I was holding my breath. I'm so glad this hasn't been picked because it's a cover of Torn. Natalie Imbruglia. She covered this song. It was originally done by some Danish singer named Liz Sorensen, and she like did it in 1993. And then Natalie's like, I can do you better. And then in 1994, she released Torn, and no one has
Mhm.
ever been able to like come close to.
Good one, Abby.
Oh, it's so
Yes.
good.
That's another you didn't know as a cover.
Yeah. Pure emotion. That whole song.
Absolutely. Oh God. Just
Good one.
I can feel the 90s atmosphere. Just thinking about
Right?
it.
Just wait.
Okay. You'll sending out little teasers. So now, Abby, you're going again because we're going to go back the other way.
Okay. Oh, wow. Now I'm like, I wasn't ready. I was so ready for that one. Okay. Everyone is freaking out about, you know, all the kids discovering Kate Bush on TikTok because of Stranger Things, Running Up That Hill. But there hasn't been really a good cover of Running Up That Hill, but until Georgia did it. And it is like one that brings Running Up That Hill to the dance floor, even though you can totally, you know, dance it out. But this one adds so much like hard hitting electro pop to it that you like can't ignore it. And I bet
So
the TikTok
which
kids
version?
like it.
Which version are you going with again?
Georgia.
Is that
Georgia.
newer?
Yeah, she's like originally like a drummer for like multiple indie bands, and then she put out a solo record called Seeking Thrills, and she put out this Ultimate Edition and has the best cover out there of Kate Bush's Running Up That Hill.
Okay.
So.
All right. So with that pick, I feel like I can officially say no one else is going to draft a version of Running Up That Hill, right? So there's many versions of the song. Because I have a playlist of like covers, and there's like 4 on there. I think Placebo might be the most popular version, though.
True, but I mean, you need to listen.
I'm
to
curious to
Georgia's
hear because I
version.
haven't heard Georgia.
Because
Yeah.
I remember, because Placebo, I don't know. I like Placebo, but it is one that like it's a band that it's hard to absorb sometimes because
yeah.
the vocals are so specific. Also,
Mhm.
I'm a little mad at them right now for canceling their tour, but maybe they had a good reason. So, you know, I think it appeals to a very like gothy crowd.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It does.
Placebo. And like I love goth music, but
Sure.
you know, Placebo covering it
Yeah.
in a very slow manner, whereas I just want to dance to that song.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, because it's Kate Bush. She's
Yeah.
like
Exactly.
otherworldly, And you got to really bring that out. Whereas Placebo's like, let me now walk by a swamp with this song. I
Yeah,
don't
oh, yeah.
know.
And in the same fashion,
Vibe.
I think Car Seat Headrest did one too. That was
Oh yeah.
a little bit of
Okay.
a downer as well.
Yeah. Like I don't know why
That's not
people
what she-
like try and make it a downer. It is
Yeah.
definitely like you were running up that hill. You better make it
Yeah.
up there.
Gotta
And then
Motivation.
Georgia, she brings it with it. And she brings that percussive quality to it as well.
Mhm.
And I'm just like, okay, if I'm actually running from like a monster, I will put that on and be like, okay, I'm ready.
It's
Awesome.
workout music. You gotta
Exactly.
get up
Yes.
Mhm.
Motivation, absolutely.
there. Mhm.
All right, so we're moving back to me. This is third round, pick 2. I'm gonna go. I believe Ryan, I think this is a label mate of yours. I'm gonna go with Squirrel Flowers cover of So Hot You're Hurting My Feelings.
I've heard that. Yeah, it is.
That is, I mean, I love Carolyn Polachek's version, but it just really changed the perspective of it a little bit, and it made it feel a little more tactile because the instrumentation is not as electronic and it feels more ethereal and moody. Love it. Love both songs though. Love both versions of it a lot.
I was gonna shout out another polyvinyl cover, but it might get drafted, so I gotta keep
Yes,
it on the
yes.
hush.
I mean, we
We
gotta
had
hold
a
off.
few. Yeah, that's a good one.
I feel like we have a battle of labels with Sub Pop and Polyvinyl right now.
I
They're
think they're
pals.
friends.
They're
Yeah.
totally pals.
Yeah,
I love
totally.
the polyvinyl kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, moving along. We have Ryan. You're making your third pick.
I'm gonna check my big board here. I forgot. I really put some
There's
research.
a lot
into
left on
this.
the table. There's some sleepers you might be able to snag.
Yeah. I gotta do this one, like I said, just for me, my team. And that I guess we're competing to win. So I do need to think about the Twitter demographics. I'm gonna go with Frank Ocean's At Your Best, You Are Love. It's I think it's a cover of Aaliyah's cover of the Isley Brothers. So I could have went with Aaliyah's as well. But yeah, I don't know. The original is such a well-written song.
Mhm.
Like the fact that they put in "You are a positive motivating force within my life," like that's just too many syllables to say pretty.
Yeah.
But they did that in Frank's version. I think does that the best. So
Frank Ocean has some very, very powerful, like somber covers.
yeah,
Moon
Moon River.
River.
I had that. Sorry, I'm not gonna do that.
Well, you know what? I think we can all agree if an artist has been picked, they're kind of puts the kibosh on any
Yeah,
other
yeah, yeah.
covers of
Because
theirs.
Moon River was on mine. I was like, ah.
Yeah, Moon River I was considering was another very good one. I love the high pitch. It's great.
It's the one I picked isn't on Spotify, so I guess
Okay.
maybe you could fill Moon River in.
Yeah,
in that
for the
case.
playlist purposes, sure.
Yeah.
All right,
Abby,
Tom.
got the rules.
Tom, your final pick around 3.
Let's do. Does it have to be on Spotify?
I mean, if we're making a playlist, it helps. But we can. It's fine. You don't have to. We can leave it out. Leave it in the liner notes.
I know, but I'm saying like if it's a playlist, it'll suck if it's not in there. Is that a rule we have to abide by now?
I don't think it's gonna affect your Twitter votes.
Okay. Let's do.
Follow your heart, man.
Oh, of course. I do a website called Washed Up Emo, man. Shit. Let's do Rage Against the Machine, Maggie's Farm, which is a Bob Dylan cover.
All right, that's an interesting kind of subversion. Yes, that's very different. I've actually never heard that one.
It's brutal. It's awesome. It's got a
think it's-
breakdown. It's like a Bob Dylan song with a breakdown. Who doesn't want that? No one. Everyone wants that.
That one it's on Renegades of
Yeah.
Funk.
Yep.
Yeah. I've
Bingo, right?
heard it.
Amazing.
I was in a not to steal your thunder. I was in a
Get it.
Rage Against the Machine cover band. So
Ooh.
Yes.
We need evidence of this,
Yeah.
please.
Yes.
Show me. I need this.
I have some. It's grainy and it rocks
Vintage.
hard. Yeah.
Love it.
It's top 5 show of all time, and I've seen way too many where I have tinnitus or however you pronounce it. But
Oh no.
what was it? 96. It was what the hell was it? Oh, Hockey Arena in Montreal, and
Bell Center.
no, it was like a minor league one. It wasn't.
Oh.
It was like a minor league. It was Verdun Auditorium, but it was a hockey, arena. So it was really small, and we're in the middle of the floor with the girlfriend at the time, and they come out and they, everyone just goes crazy. It was so hot. We were wringing our shirts out in the bathroom of sweat. It was that rad. And I was like, I don't know how you're supposed to top this. I don't know how, like, this is like insane. And so,
dude, and they're going back at it again, performing with a broken foot. Like, geez, those shows were getting intense.
yeah, super fun. So I kind of love that they did this cover, and Ryan, find that video right now if you want, or if you want to show it, if you want to share a screen, like a Zoom chat, like work, like we need to see that video before the end.
Maybe I'll email it after. Let me see.
Yes.
It's on my phone. I don't know how to get it. To
Okay.
Were you singer? Were you guitar player?
Yeah, I was Zach De La Roca.
Yes.
Of course.
Amazing.
I remember doing Bulls on Parade, and this was junior, senior year of high school. So I can't remember the other one, but it was something like People of the Temple or
People of the Sun.
There we go. There we go. Yeah, I lost it.
Dude, Bulls on Parade, the breakdown at the end with the drum fill, get it.
Yeah.
So good.
Also, Rage Against the Machine, definitely one of my top karaoke picks because you can just go ham.
Yeah.
Would you like to give us a sample of that now?
Oh,
or
absolutely not.
Is the voice too raspy?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I got a little sore throat. I can't.
What is everybody's go-to karaoke? Mine's Oasis.
We're all pondering in deep thought. This is a tough question.
I think the last karaoke song I did do was Kate Bush Running Up That Hill. And I started running thinking, oh, I'm going to look so cool. And then I started running out of breath and then I couldn't finish the song.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I need to do more karaoke. I don't think I've ever done it in a real place. Just like a video game at a friend's house. Yeah.
Private rooms are the best way to do it. If you go to like a Korean barbecue place, the best.
Good rec.
I think mine would be Thunder Road.
Okay.
Springsteen in some form.
Oh, okay.
I have done a few times Helena by My Chemical Romance.
That's unfortunate.
For sure.
No.
Yeah, sorry about it.
Also, Raspberry Beret is always really good. That always gets if there's other people you don't know, you become instantly friends if you finish Raspberry Beret.
I can see that.
Okay.
That's a great list, and I've derailed it again. Keep it going.
No worries. I was like forever a Prince fan. If you live in Minnesota, that's your life.
Yes.
Derailing is part of the process here.
Okay, great.
Okay, so that means we're in our final round, and you're once again going back to back. Wait, you just picked your second, didn't you?
I picked what? Tom Mullen? Me?
Yes. You just picked your one. Okay, so you're back to back.
Okay. Let's do
your final pick. You got to make it a good one. Pressure's on. I'm just imagining the NBA. Do.
Oh, seriously. Oh, right. Stern comes out. It says the Reeves kid that played like 6 games and then filtered out. Let's do. Well, it's not on Spotify, so I feel really bad that it's not going to make.
That's okay. You want to have the best your favorite covers, man.
Prince covering the middle.
What?
Excuse me?
You ever heard this?
No.
This exists?
Prince covered the middle live.
Oh, wow.
Is it like just like one time randomly he did it?
Yeah. It's in Jimmy Eat World. They told me they heard it like a month ago and was like, holy crap. So very cool that a song from the world that I sort of curate, and to have someone like that cover it, puts it in a place where Prince spent time figuring that out. I mean, it didn't take him any time. He heard it once, like, I got this. But I just thought it was a very cool moment for me to kind of realize someone like that stature took a minute for it. So I would pick that one.
Wow. Is there
I
proof?
Yes. Yeah.
Ooh.
YouTube.
I need this immediately.
Yeah.
Dude, it is like hearing him do like I don't know. I can't wait. I'm seeing Jim and I'm seeing the band in a couple of weeks. I'm going to a bunch of shows, and I just can't wait to just terrorize them about it and just be like, tell me what you were thinking. So it is, I believe I feel like Stereo Gum posted about it, or one of those Dingleberries did.
Are you going to be in town for Riot Fest?
No, that is my favorite question that I get every year. Festivals 10 years ago, yes.
I feel you.
Not anymore. I want the full set. I don't want a 30-minute bangers. I want
Totally feel you. The after shows, however, but I'm also, 11 p.m. 12 midnight start time is a little tough.
Ah.
Now, I hope you have a blast. There's so many cool bands playing, and with Sunny Day coming back, it's going to be really fun.
My gosh, Sunny Day. It's so exciting. One of my friends is drum teching for him, for them. And I'm so jealous. And he's like, look at these drum heads I just ordered for them, Abby. And I'm like, stop it.
Yeah.
It's so, it's crazy that they're coming back. And
It's
they
funny.
didn't even I would like Sub Pop was not alerted. I just found it on social media. I'm like, did you guys know this was happening? Why didn't I?
Oh, wow.
William has loose lips, and so he would like, post like things, like he would post like teasers, and then everybody hits me up and they're like, well, what do you know? And I told William, I was like, shut your mouth, just put this stuff down, stop teasing, and let it, because remember, it was supposed to happen in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
And then it took a minute, and then they got Dan, and then COVID hit. So that's kind of been in the air. And it's just so funny that when he started teasing it, I'm like, shut up.
It's funny. They're playing twice in Chicago, but I'm still going to Boston to see them.
Nice.
I mean, this is the tour to like hop around
Yeah.
and see them everywhere.
Yeah, I'm going with my brother. He said that's like the one band that he still hasn't seen that he's dying to see. So we had to go for sure.
Yes.
That was
Awesome.
Yeah,
That's a good.
That's a great. I'm glad we all agree on that band. And
Yes.
it's better.
That's a good closer pick, though. Prince covering
it's
Jimmy
so
World
good.
is not something I ever thought I'd hear. It's actually I don't know if you pay attention to Elton John's little Apple Music show ever. He is really in tune with music. I'm sure he gets fed some stuff, but like
Matt,
he's into Namdi and like Barty Strange and like
Matt,
he's into some really cool artists.
He's
Sorry,
coming
not-
for you.
I'm not to burst your bubble, but
He's coming.
I've worked with Elton. It is a team. Yes.
Yeah, of course.
He loves it, but it is a team. But yes, I love that he tries to connect with audiences, because as an artist, that's super smart to be able to have someone go, wait, he likes Barty Strange, and then
But I do love that. I know he had to at least listen to the song, which is like great.
Maybe 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Yes.
Enough to talk about it.
Yes, absolutely, Matt.
It struck me as
Just let me believe.
I'm sorry.
It's the Obama year-end.
Oh, yeah.
List of songs for me.
Obama, big wet leg fan.
Yeah.
That drops. That was so huge. I think I texted Matt or somebody. I was like, holy shit. Fuck.
That's also become the Obama playlist has become the ultimate like meme format now.
Yeah. I also like how he picked the most PG of Wet Leg songs. Like I was just like, oh, okay, that one. Not Wet Dream.
He's driving his kids around.
I know. It just
They're in
made me-
college.
but they're like old enough to pick that song for themselves. Actually,
They're
one of my
probably
coworkers,
recommending it to him.
yeah, one of my coworkers, her son is 2 and loves to dance to Wet Leg music videos. Like he doesn't know what they're saying, but they
No.
have like really good music videos. And he like some of his first words was telling his mom, he's like, wet leg. And he'll just yell it until she puts like the video on, and she's like, I don't know what I
I
did.
can't
Right.
wait until he turns a certain age where he looks back and he was like, I was more badass than all of you.
Exactly. I'm just gonna be like, Ari was the coolest kid ever, listening to Wet Leg since he was 2.
Yeah.
That's also me watching The Simpsons when I was 5 years old, not understanding a single thing they were talking about.
And then you
It's a
watch-
cartoon.
Yeah.
It's a cartoon. It must be good.
Yeah.
Oh,
And now I have a tattoo of The Simpsons.
Hey.
All right. That was the biggest derail yet, but in a good way. I loved it.
I just like the idea of a baby saying wet leg and he's not trying
Oh,
to
my-
go to the bathroom. It's not
Oh, yeah,
like a
totally.
kid.
You could
Wet
get
leg.
away with it.
Like,
Yeah.
no, he loves the band. It's like, no, he needs his diaper changed.
Wet leg.
That is a great troll. Like to
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Forest Cafe, just yell wet leg as a kid.
Yeah.
I would videotape that. I would
All right, Ryan, you ready for your final pick?
Yeah, let's wind it up. We haven't talked about bad covers. I just want to say every time I go to the mall, there's some Fleetwood Mac Dreams
Oh, yeah.
cover, and they're so every one of them is bad. And so we've shown the light on some good ones, but there are bad ones, and there's some songs that shouldn't be covered. This one is not one of them. I'm gonna go "Sea of Love" by Cat Power.
Mhm.
I saw the movie Juno at a fundamental time in my life. I don't know if it holds up, but that soundtrack was big for me, and that takes me back. I get the movie memories. I feel like that'll be valuable.
I certainly had that on my
so-
list.
Oh,
Nice.
same here because of the
Yeah.
Juno soundtrack too.
Yeah.
She does a lot of covers as well,
Yeah.
and she does them very well. She brings her. I feel like a good percentage, 70% of covers are like usually somber versions, like a little sadder versions. But that's like the
Mhm.
best way,
Yeah. Take it down a notch. Is there another Cat Power cover that you?
She does a
think
fun
deserves mention
Satisfaction cover of the Rolling Stones.
here? Okay.
Well, she
Okay.
has that record. I think it's just like all
It's called covers,
just covers, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love
She's-
see that's kind of been a trend. I feel like in the past 5 years, people just release an EP and it's called covers.
Well, that was like the pandemic trend, I feel like
Mhm.
for a lot of artists. They're like, let's just put out covers. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah. I'm like, whatever you got to do to cope with whatever that
Yeah.
time period. Ugh, I don't mean to bring it down.
Now that I think of it, there was some other covers on that Juno soundtrack that I will not mention, but
Mhm.
I forgot about.
So
Also-
I just had an idea. I feel like we probably have a lot still, right? Should we go another round? Should we do 5 rounds?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I'm trying to
Keep
pick
going.
between 2 right now.
Yeah.
I
We
think
want the
there should-
playlist to be,
Yeah, that's
lengthy.
what I mean, the playlist needs to be lengthy.
Yeah.
It's
True.
for the playlist.
20 songs, that feels fine. Right.
And,
That's
and because
great.
I think
know-
we see how we feel. Saturday.
Yeah, we're here Sunday morning in the 38th round, like it's the NFL draft.
we do the second round tomorrow 11 a.m.
second. All right, so I'm gonna take my 4th pick, which might not be the last pick. I'm gonna go with "The Man Who Sold the World" by Nirvana.
Solid. Gotta
It's
have it.
just-
Someone had to
It's
say
the
it.
staple of the unplugged performance.
Yes. Another great cover on that unplugged performance that I think we can mention. Right, I
Okay.
think it's Willie. Blind. His name's like Blind Willie or something.
Blind Willie Johnson.
Yeah. Coming home tonight. I'm forgetting
Mhm.
it, but that one's good.
I'm trying to remember. Ryan, what was your last pick you just had?
Cat Power.
That's
Sea
right.
of Love.
That is right. Trying to keep everything straight so I can get this playlist right. All right.
Where did you sleep last night? That's what I was trying to get. That was Blind Willie Johnson.
Gotcha. Thought you were asking me. I'm like,
Oh. Sorry.
all right, Abby, 4th
Okay.
pick.
Awesome. Oh, I'm glad we're doing another round. This makes it
Mhm.
easier.
Had to do it.
Yes. Okay, this one is by the Slits covering Marvin Gaye's I Heard It Through the Grapevine. And if you've never heard the Slits, you must. It is like the most fun post-punk band from like the 70s. They're so much fun.
Awesome.
Oh,
That's a good another genre jump.
Mm-hmm.
There's quite a few, maybe not just Heard It Through the Grapevine, but quite a few like Vietnam songs that get covered.
Yeah.
This is, well, you don't want to obviously name drop these because that's like a different song, so we'll leave that. But that's a solid pick. And then, what's up?
is my mic messing up? I don't know.
No, you're good. I hear you.
Okay. I found out that Marvin Gaye was a cover actually. Heard it
Oh,
through the
really?
grapevine. Yeah.
it?
As
Who
I was doing my
did it?
big board. I want to. No, that's not. I can't remember. Y'all have to tell me. I was,
Oh man,
yeah.
I need to know now.
I know. This is why I always have a browser open.
I know. I had it open and I was like, okay, the earliest version looks like 1968. And I always thought it was Marvin Gaye who did that one.
Awesome. We're learning.
Right?
This is an educational podcast.
Okay. Who originally made it? Oh,
Motown.
Gladys Knight and
Norman
the Pips?
Whitfield and
No, Norman
Baron,
Whitfield, yeah.
Barrett Strong.
Oh, there we go.
Gladys
In
Knight was the first
1966.
performance, right?
Oh yeah,
Interesting.
Gladys Knight. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Oh, okay then.
So
More.
cover on a cover, just like
Cover on a cover on a cover, yeah.
yeah.
It's Inception, there's just so many layers.
I know, right?
Okay, so you're gonna get one more.
Oh, cool. Okay. This is my somber pick for a cover. So there's this artist. I don't know too much about her, but I believe she's on Jag Jaguar or Dead Oceans, and her name is OK Kaya. And this was like her first single, I believe she dropped, and it was Cher's, like a cover of Cher's Believe. And I never like Cher's Believe is so powerful and just uplifting, and she like reinterpreted with this whole like sad ballad. And then I remember tweeting about it being like, oh my gosh, best Cher cover ever. And then Cher retweeted it and she's like, this is art. and I was like, Cher approves. So it's a Cher approved cover, my friends.
Amazing.
I think
That's
Cher
awesome.
really heard that probably. I don't know
Yes.
about Elton.
You know what?
Cher.
I believe that
Right.
Cher is really in charge of her Twitter account. I really
She
truly believe
definitely
that.
is. No one like, okay, like
Absolutely.
not to put an age on her, but like that's like the kind of age like people tweet like that.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know, like my dad would like just put everything lowercase and periods in random places and be like,
Yes.
that is the tweet.
My favorite Cher thing is her calling in the C-SPAN and just like not saying I'm Cher, just like calling in the C-SPAN and giving her point of view on like this political topic, and just like the guy hosting is like, wait, is this Cher? It's like
I need to watch this clip. Why
she's
haven't I
adamant,
seen
yeah.
this?
It was
she's the
amazing.
best.
She's insane, but in the best way.
Exactly.
All right, so that is your final pick, and then I am going to move on to mine. And I'm trying to evaluate because I think I have a lot of downers.
Mm.
I'm gonna go with a
Like
fun.
downers.
Well, like they're all the same kind of slow tempo,
Okay.
like you know, more to the sad songs. But this is a fun genre swap, and I'm gonna go with the cover of "Pony" by Far.
Great cover.
Yeah, a little Genuine by Far, and it's amazing. It's just
Okay.
like that, like thick bass line just comes in, and it's like you know it right away, but you know it's different. Love
I'm
it.
sorry, I do have a story for this. We were doing our
Let's hear
DJ
it.
night before the boom,
Mhm.
before LA tried to trademark the word, before like all these touring things happened, and we're at this bar, and it was like 1 a.m. and we would go to 2 every first Thursday. We'd go till 2 o'clock in the morning. These groups of people came in that didn't realize what they were walking into. And it was toward the night where you play the bangers, you play the stuff that's up tempo. And I realized that they were a little upset that they didn't know any of the songs.
Yeah.
And so I turned to my buddy Brian. I was like, I think I'm going to do Pony right now. And he was like, oh my God, great idea, great idea. They got up on the tables and started dancing, and they ended up being friends with them. But there was this group of people that were like, had no clue what was going on, and we ended up meeting them, and it was because of Pony. So
Amazing.
Amazing.
Right, brings the best out of people.
it does, Ryan. I agree.
Yeah.
How can you not nod your head? How can you not go, all right? Cool. And
Okay.
the people that far did it, like,
Can
is
I-
helpful.
Can I be honest about Genuine's Pony? So
Yes.
I remember when I first heard the song and the belching, like
Right.
I was like, oh my gosh, they're like throwing up in this song, is like, because I'm just like, why did someone think this would be sonically pleasing? And like, it took me a long time to
Wow.
actually warm up to that song, because like I DJ so many weddings and everyone wants Pony. And so I'm curious what this cover does with that. Do they do the
That's
like
a-
bleh?
I do believe they do. Yeah.
Okay, I have to give it a go again.
It's a pretty faithful cover.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Faithful's a
Pretty
great word.
straightforward.
Yeah, pretty straightforward, but it's Jonah from far, and it's got a little bit of the oomph from a hardcore song versus
Yeah. There's like that fuzz element added.
Ooh, interesting.
Curious. Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to Ryan.
You took Lilac Wine. I'm gonna be honest. Hallelujah was at the top of my list.
I
But
feel like it's just a
can't
little
do that.
too
I know
on the nose. I think that's number one where
I
people go.
know. It's just my favorite note of any song. Okay,
yeah.
big board. I'm taking. Nothing Compares to You. Maybe also very, very well known, but we talked about Prince a little earlier, and for the longest time, the song I didn't know was a cover because it wasn't technically a Prince release. It was like his group, The Family. So if I just need another cry ballad, I think that's
Mhm.
one of the better ones.
Okay. Very nice. It's there's also, yeah, there's definitely a lot of covers of that one too.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm having a little coughing fit.
Having a little. Oh,
Give me a
dude,
second.
burping.
on
Thought you're having a
that. Yeah,
pony.
I'm burping.
Pony
Yeah.
moment.
Genuine.
Not only
Alright.
did they decide to use a burp, but they decided that it should be a song, a sexy song.
Yeah,
that's,
right.
That's bold. That's bold.
that's bold. That does
Making
not work.
burping sexy a hard
Yeah.
thing to do.
Ambitious. Very ambitious.
Yes.
All right. So we got Nothing Compared to You, rounding out your final pick. Tom, you ready for your last one?
I am. The world is a beautiful place, and I'm no longer afraid to die. Covering In Circles.
That was on my list, and we already had our
Nice.
sunny day conversation.
Guys, I'm an open book. It's easy to know what I'm.
You're staying true to yourself.
The what? Oh,
You
you
said you're
got
staying true to yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I there's some people that shit talk it. I disagree. I think it's really cool the way that they treated the song and kind of
Mhm.
spaced it out a little bit. So, congratulations, and I think it'll be a good one for the Twitterverse.
Amazing. That rounds it out. It's the final. We got our final selection. It's 20 total songs. I want to give a few minutes. Everyone, drop quickly a couple honorable mentions.
As you should.
Who goes first? Cough.
Take it away.
Abby.
Okay. So let's see. There was some I was iffy on, but like Kay Meza, they did this like 4AD compilation of covers, and she covered Pixies' Where Is My Mind? And I just remember discovering that Pixies in general from watching Fight Club. And then when this came out as like the first single from the 4AD comp, I was just like, yes, this is the perfect cover, because I just love everything she does. Like all her albums that came out during like 2020 with like this last year was weird. And then she added that synth pop and like just hip hop touch to this track. I never thought I could hear the Pixies that way. So yeah.
Very nice. Anyone else have some?
Neat. Is this cover like, does it sound good enough where I can rip it and play it on KEXP?
I don't think so.
Oh, damn it. Because I would just
unless I can guest and do a show with you. I
Yes.
I'll have someone like, but no, it's cool. It's definitely like someone's handheld thing, but you still hear it.
Oh, it's so good. No, that's so great. Fun fact about Jimmy Eat World. My second show ever on KEXP was when Trump was elected, and it was a very rough night. And I do an overnight show. So the election results came on and I put on Bleed American right away.
Yes.
And then like and everyone was like, yup. Everyone wrote in, and I'm like, I think I might need to play that again because I was just so furious. And I definitely played some Rage Against the Machine. I was just like, we're just gonna go full industrial, and I'm just gonna play some like Killer Mike, Reagan, and like just everything. I was so mad, and everyone's like, "Oh, this is your second show." I'm like, "Yep." Hello, everybody.
That is a good banger, though. That's
yeah. Bleed American forever.
My apologies. I'm back.
Okay.
But there was an A&R guy at a label I worked at that handed me Bleed American demos and said, I heard you like this band. And I said, yes, let me listen to it. I heard The Middle. I heard Hear You Me. I heard of these songs. And I went back to him and I go, this is going to be like massive. And he goes, Tom, we're going to go see him at Irving Plaza. They'll sell 50,000 records. It'll be fine. I was like, no. This thing is like crazy, Matt. Like, and it broke. And then the head of label was like, then having weekly meetings with me, not the A&R guy.
Oh man.
I was like 22 years old or 21 years old. It was very funny.
That's awesome.
That A&R guy does not do A&R anymore.
I'm sorry if this dates me, but that was one of my first albums I ever purchased with my own money.
Nice.
I love that. Oh, it's such a good record. Just I love it.
Yeah, it's funny that time period and what happened and changing it to self-titled and then changing it back, and it's very funny. So are you alive, Matt? Are you okay?
I am alive.
Okay, good.
And we can let's shout out a few more honorable mentions. Real quick. Ryan, what's one or two you got honorable mentions?
Okay, I'll throw a few out there. Just Killing Me Softly, the Fugees, another Roberta Flack cover, and I shouldn't say it. So Amy Winehouse's Valerie. The first time I heard this, it was Panic at the Disco, and that's how I heard Valerie. And I kind of like that version the best still. It was early on, kind of in the Pretty Odd era.
You're upsetting Tom right now.
I know.
It's fine. That face was
it existed.
Yes.
I mean, that first Panic record is perfect. I still listen to it on the regular.
What's so funny about them is they're like Vegas and like how they were sort of ignored and opening all these shows, and it's just cool to watch. I was just looking at some zines. Someone sent me a stack of old zines, and there's all these flyers, and they're playing first. So it's just awesome that they put the work in. So I might hate them now, but I know they put the work in.
Yeah, I don't co-sign anything recently. I was babysitting and like these kids were listening to like the new Panic at the Disco. I was like, this is not cool. You need to hear you
need the OG stuff.
The OG Panic at the Disco.
Yeah,
I have no idea what this like pop era is for them. It's so weird.
That era aside, it was really cool being in Chicago with all those bands, basically Fueled by Ramen, like all of them based out of there. Seeing like bills with like 5 Deep of like the Academy is and Fall Out Boy and like all of that and Junior Varsity, and they're all playing at like a local community center.
I heard that guy who ran that label because one of my he was a dentist or was like going to dental school while he put this label together, and I was like, that is the coolest shit I've ever heard.
With
Fixing
Jake.
Yeah, I just thought that It was cool. He was going to just, fixing your teeth and also fixing for some good music too.
They were Janik now runs Interscope, and so
Oh, cool.
Wow.
I was on some calls with him, and my away photo is me and Ian Mackay at the Discord house, and so many people have no idea who it is, and it's people do, and so it'll derail phone calls because people will be like, "Is that Ian next to you?" And it's like top executive, but like Janik and those kind of guys, they all know who that is, and then there's other executives that are like, "Is that your uncle?" And I'm like, "No, no, it's
Yes,
not."
it's Uncle Ian.
It's
That is
everybody's
my uncle. Oh, it's like this like fun icebreaker that you have.
Yeah, it's cool, but I feel like with Janik too, it's just cool to know someone like that is in that seat because he, like you said, built this thing while he was doing something else, and that's kind of that DIY sort of do-it-yourself stuff that I just love.
Yeah.
Couple of my honorable mentions. I feel like there's a lot of Iron and Wine covers. Love Vigilantes is one of mine because that New Order song's great, and I think he'd really transcribed the acoustic very well. I saw a live cover that blew me away of In Tall Buildings by John Hartford, performed by Gregory Alan Isakov. That was incredible. And then I think there was one that I'm seriously regretting not putting on my main board is James Blake covering Godspeed.
Oh my God, that was on my list too. I am such
Gorgeous.
a sucker for James Blake too. So I was just like, put all the covers. That Billie Eilish cover is pretty good too.
And you had Frank Ocean on your list, and then I could have added the Frank Ocean being covered.
There we go.
It would be great if we had like a 6 degrees separation, just cover of a cover of a cover. Yeah.
Oh, it could be like a whole radio show kind of playlist.
Oh, that is definitely like a concept playlist for sure.
Yes.
And Tom, you got any honorable mentions off the top of your head?
I'm gonna do an emo speed round because I it was fun for me because I'm gonna make a playlist out of all of the ones that I was finding while I was researching. But Get Up Kids, Alex Eiffel, Jimmy Eat World doing Last Christmas, and Game of Pricks from Cheap Got My Voices, Captain Jazz, Take on Me.
Oh yes,
that one.
Mineral, Love My Way for the Psych Furs. Michael Sarah Palin doing If It Makes You Happy. Sheryl Crow, which was on my American Football Fan to You, the Mazzy Star thing is fucking genius. Jay June does The Boy with a Thorn in the Side by the Smiths. Braid covers the Smiths as Charming Man, and then The Promise Ring covers Gouge Away from the Pixies, which those are really fun ones when they break those out. So those were the other
there were several Ben Gibbard ones, like another This Charming Man cover is Ben Gibbard. Ben Gibbard and Feist doing Train Song by Vashti Bunyan was like, love that cover. There's a lot of really good Ben Gibbard ones.
Oh, another good Smiths cover. Remember Tattoo? They do a really good cover of How Soon Is Now.
Okay.
You sound skeptical, but trust
no.
me.
I saw them live.
I believe it.
Totally saw them live.
I'm jealous. I just want to see Tattoo live. That'd be so fun.
I forget if it was Fest or not. I can't remember, but yeah, definitely saw them live.
Another shout out I have to give is Slow Pulp's cover of In Too Deep by Sum 41. What a fun cover. I'm very excited for Slow Pulp's new album.
Me too. That was a good one.
I've spared you guys the Punk Goes Crunk compilation, but that's really my big board.
Yeah,
Being honest, that was for me. The main, you know what I mean?
That is, there is like that that crossover of hip hop covers, rap covers that one in more recently, we mentioned Barty Strange, his cover of Freddie Gibbs is amazing.
I heard that.
It was the app, I think, an Amazon exclusive or something, but that was really good. That's definitely super good one.
Do you guys like Little John?
Oh yeah.
So
to a degree.
The crunk era, I was at the indie label that worked his first record. Do you know how many singles it took before Get Low? You know how radios get worked to, or singles get worked to radio? Guess how many singles it took before Get Low hit?
6.
Okay, Ryan?
I want to go 8.
Okay, Abby?
I'm going to be more optimistic. 3?
9.
What?
Oh.
Are we determining the next draft right now?
Yes.
Sorry, man. It was the 9th single before he broke to in radio.
Wow.
Isn't that
Wow.
crazy?
You're telling
He
me
would
Lil
come
Jon
by-
is an indie musician.
when
I
he
just
was
love
on-
that you're like indie labeled Lil Jon,
Yeah.
and I was like, this
He
is an amazing
was.
combo.
He
I know,
was.
it just makes me happy.
He was on TVT Records. We're an indie label, in New York. The Orchard, ended up buying it years, later. But
Mhm.
he would come in and make everybody hang out with him in the conference room and do things that you do with artists, and it was just hilarious. He was the ultimate like rallier, and while we're trying to break him, and I just always remembered that we worked so hard on that thing and it ended up happening. And it was cool. Like that's everything you want out of a, when Ryan, you're working your song or Polyvinyl's working it, when it finally works, everybody gets stoked. And I just thought that was funny. And that it spawned so many things from it, right? That compilation, like punk bands were like, oh my God, we want to cover these songs. Like it was cool. It was a fun
Mhm.
moment.
Crunk is in the dictionary.
Yes.
You know, thanks. Yeah,
Yes.
you made it. What this might, show me I'm a little green or naive. What does that mean exactly? So it took 9 singles. That mean 8 different songs, and
8
then
different songs.
Okay,
went
got
to
you, got you.
radio. They spent all this money to then
it didn't work.
I'm gonna chart it. Didn't work.
Got
and
you,
then
got
finally
you.
Get Low hit, and so it started going up the charts. Then because you start in like smaller genres, you'll start in not AAA for this one, but you'll start in like R&B, and then you'll go to pop. So it had to like hit other
Yeah.
charts to then go to pop or top 40. So
Got you.
it was a lot of money spent, but it was very funny to kind of watch that. I felt it was very indie, like we're not giving up. And I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
your label would be like
Weird.
2 singles. See you later, Little John.
Such an effort to make
We're
Lil
gonna get
Jon
low.
succeed.
Low.
And junior high dances were never the same again.
Seriously, that is an essential
real.
memory of middle school for me.
Mm-hmm.
Also, very fun. But I
amazing.
think, Ryan, we did forget some of those compilations, right?
Yes. Pop goes,
Yeah.
punk goes pop, pump
Right,
goes
all of
crunk.
those.
Yeah.
Maybe for the better.
Yeah, because I think I remember it was like Pop Goes Punk, those compilations that I just remember kind of wincing a little bit
Yeah.
of them.
I think I gave
Or-
those the light of day a little bit, but punk goes crunk is when I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. Kind of becomes something like the Judgment
Mm.
Night soundtrack where you're like, I don't know if they should.
I
have
love
done
that soundtrack.
I do. I have it on vinyl actually.
too. Totally, me too. I have the single, and it was so warped. I paid $1 for it. I love that. I love
Amazing.
that record. I think that one. If anyone hasn't checked out Judgment Night, it is. I mean, who else is on there? Abby, Del the Funky. Home Escaping
Yeah,
It?
we got Mudhoney and we got oh my gosh, my brain is totally doing a genuine right now with who did Insane in the Membrane.
Cypress Hill.
Cypress Hill.
Yeah, Cypress Hill is working with Mudhoney on that one, I think. And I
Wow.
just remember that being like, whoa.
Mhm.
And that was like also kind of like my intro to Mudhoney too. And
That's
I need
cool.
to tell Mark that
Judgment
sometime.
Night.
I think he would probably be like, oh my God,
Mhm.
what? But yeah, I haven't watched that movie in a while. I don't think it holds up as well
No,
as the
the movie
soundtrack
does
does.
not hold up. The soundtrack.
I don't. Because I don't think I like really saw the movie. Like I think I just saw the soundtrack and I was just like, that's cool. And then got it on Record Store Day when they reissued it.
This has to be a horror movie, right?
It's weird. I don't remember the plot of
Crime.
it.
crime.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
it's a
crime,
crime
right?
movie.
it's bad.
I just
Yeah.
remember it was bad, but the soundtrack was like grunge and like
It's Emilio
Hip
Estevez, so you kind
hop,
of have
yeah.
a good basis of where you're at in movies.
yeah. Oh
H.
yeah,
Man.
Emilio Estevez. Oh my gosh, they just redid Mighty Ducks and
Yeah, I'm about to say, so it's like Mighty Ducks. That's what
Yeah.
I expect.
also Mighty
D3?
Ducks, one of my favorite movies of all time. But just because it like shows Minneapolis, and I'm just like, oh yeah, I was there. I know where they're going and playing.
Where else would they have a hockey movie? It's like
Yeah.
Also, before I become a basketball fan, I'm essentially a hockey fan. So.
Basketball awaits though.
I know. And
Season's
what's
coming in
funny-
hot.
What's funny is my boyfriend is Canadian and does not like hockey at all. So he took me to a hockey game with the Minnesota Wild and the Vancouver Canucks up here, and saw me become crazy, yell at people, and like I'm just decked out in my Wild and my North Stars stuff, and he's like, "Oh, so this is hockey." He's like, "We're going to Atlanta next," and so we're gonna go to a Hawks game, and yeah, it's gonna be great.
Awesome. All right. Well, that's our fantasy draft for covers, and we got some great picks. We will be turning this into a playlist. Lots of good jams that's on there, and then we will have everyone vote on Twitter for who they think had the best lineup. Really, the winner doesn't really mean much because it's a collaborative effort here. We're making a solid group as a whole. So feeling very, very proud of the picks we've had.
How are you ordering the playlist?
I think I'm going to do it in order of it the way it was picked.
Okay.
Cool.
Interesting. Okay.
Which you gotta roll the dice and hope it flows.
I don't think it's gonna flow.
I'm just curious what's Prince the middle gonna go into?
I mean, I might just have to put the original version.
Yeah, you might.
Yeah, that's right.
You might, if you do pick a cover of that song, Matt, do not pick a pop punk band. Like if you find some god awful thing out there.
I think if it's not on there, I'll just put the original version on there.
Rocket. Okay, yeah, we don't need to hear like Rufio doing it.
Oh no.
Hey man, I saw Rufio at Warped Tour back in the day.
I'll Warped Tour.
No comment.
Dude, that was a fun time.
Those guys had some kicks on stage, man. They were doing flips and stuff.
Woof.
So we got the playlist. Before we go, anyone want to shout out anything they got to talk about or anything to promote or anything like that? Or you good?
Go Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah.
We're good for this season. I'm gonna be so basketball the next time any of y'all talk to me, and I hope to make y'all proud.
We'll have you back on for an NBA themed one.
Perfect. I'll be. I got all my Minnesota Timberwolves garbs now, so I'm ready.
Y'all have a player now with the nickname the Stifle Tower. I don't know if you're aware of this. So throw that in your vernacular. You can use that whenever.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's a fun one.
I love that so much.
Ryan, you got an album still pretty fresh.
Yeah, I guess I have to do this as a part of the job. I have an album called The Devil Has Sexes, now on sale. There's a vinyl that is actually in November. We're going to get that shipped. So check that out. I mean, we got Lil B on the album. We got to cover a sample of my favorite Modest Mouse song, Trailer Trash, the best Modest Mouse song. We got that sample cleared. And then we do have a cover of Mike Kinsella of American Football covering Daniel Johnston's Spirit World Rising, which is a song about my hometown. So interesting mix, a little something for everybody. Y'all check that out.
And Tom?
Just shout out Washed Up Emo celebrates 15 years this October. So I've been doing that website for that long, and then 10 years of the podcast, and probably have 40 interviews I haven't edited and ready to go. So I have years and years of emo history and punk and hardcore to talk about. So learn all about that, washedupemo.com. And it's what I do from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m.
Oh, man.
Awesome.
Oh, sorry. One quick shout out. Happy 50th anniversary KEXP. We've been around for 50 years. It's insane. If you don't like to sleep, I'm on Wednesdays, 1 to 5 a.m. Pacific time. So I'm the East Coast morning show sometimes, or Europe.
In England,
yeah,
that's like they're like prime time.
Oh, I know. I feel like a bartender because like I get my UK, Australian regulars rolling in, and a lot of people from South Africa also like tune in, and also a lot of offices in Poland. It's a fun crew, and we have a good time. Also, Sub Pop is pretty cool. We got a new Built to Spill record, and it's really awesome.
I just shouted that out on my newsletter and website and stuff recently. That's such a great record. I was
yeah, and
surprised.
Coolest band to work with. Best marketing campaign I've ever worked on. Doug just wanted a bus bench in Idaho. He's like, this is my marketing dream. And yeah, there's now a bus bench in Boise, Idaho, if you're ever going through, and you can sit there. It looks like a real estate ad. It's really great.
I never thought I'd get to see Build This Bill and Jawbreaker on the same bill, and I got to do that this year. So that was awesome.
Amazing. Nice.
So, all right. Well, thanks everyone for joining. This was a lot of fun.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you, Matt.